Hi, welcome. I invite you to repeat after me. Taking in a couple of deep breaths. Grounding into this present moment. Right here, right now. This is where all of our power is. The breath connects us to the power of now. I am here to be truly helpful. I am here to represent him who sent me. I do not need to worry about what to say or what to do. Because he who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him teach me to heal. In this present moment, the past is just a story. Who would I be without my stories, without my thoughts, without my beliefs? Who would you be without your stories, beliefs, your thoughts, this identity that we have created? That's what we're doing here. We're unwinding from this identity that we have created to block love. And it's so simple and it's so easy. And there's a big struggle to get there, to get to the understanding how simple and easy it is. Because we're fighting the ego, we're unwinding the ego. And it doesn't have to be a fight, but it is. Because once you start looking and unwinding, the ego gets vicious. It can. Maybe it doesn't happen like this for everybody. My ego got really vicious. And thank God it did, because it became the catalyst for my emergence journey, my waking up, my understanding that I am not the ego. Because the crazier my ego got, the more the split mind became noticed. We have a split mind. And I am not the ego. I was for 45 years. I was identified as this ego thought system. So we're waking up. We're unwinding. We're disidentifying. We're unlearning. And it's a struggle. But we don't have to suffer through it. There's a difference between a struggle and suffering. Byron Katie has a really simple definition for suffering. I suffer when I argue with reality, when I argue with what is happening, when I'm not loving what is, when I'm fighting that, I'm suffering. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. And once you learn that, you get it. But it takes a struggle. There's a struggle to learn that. because we're unlearning all this conditioning. So here with A Course in Miracles, one of my notes, Course in Miracles is mind training. We're unwinding. We're training the mind to choose again. I can either see through perception or truth. And this struggle to get to seeing through perception, the transfer of power from perception to truth, is a bucking bronco, was a bucking bronco for me. And on the other side of that is inner peace. So the practice, the practical application of the teachings of A Course in Miracles is that we watch the mind, we watch the ego without judgment. We choose again, we choose against the ego. We choose the Holy Spirit. That's the simple and easy thing. We just choose. I must have chosen wrongly because I'm not at peace. If I choose to identify with the ego, I'm going to suffer because that's what the ego does. That's the script of the ego: sin, guilt, and fear. Suffer, suffer, suffer. And so I just choose again. I choose against that. It took several months to get there, to get here, to the simplicity of it. Because in the beginning, I was breaking the golden rule of A Course in Miracles. I just learned this 2 days ago. The golden rule of A Course in Miracles: don't make the error real and try to fix it. And so in the beginning of my journey, in June, when all of the unconscious guilt started coming up, I started looking at the ego first with a lot of judgment, but then started looking without judgment, started unwinding. Things got crazy. And I kept trying to fix it. I was rearranging the chairs on the Titanic. I see that now. And I still catch myself doing it. But that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to create a happier dream. We're not here to fix anything. There's nothing to fix and nothing has gone wrong. We're just looking without judgment. Forgiveness is quiet. Forgiveness is still and quietly does nothing. It merely looks and waits and judges not. So forgiveness, we're not even doing anything. We're just looking and judging not. A miracle is a correction. It merely looks upon devastation and reminds the mind that what it sees is false. I have these notes everywhere because I said last night that I'm not studying A Course in Miracles, I'm practicing it. I am studying it as well. I'm being a very diligent student. I'm fucking obsessed, really. It's my every waking moment. Even when I'm at work, I'm listening to something relating to A Course in Miracles, or I'm just watching my mind. So is this struggle worth it? This is one of my notes to talk about. What are we doing here and why is this struggle all worth it? Well, because I have inner peace now. And when I catch myself not at peace, I can, so far, quickly bring myself back to peace. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just falling back into what I already am. So all of this striving is not it. All of this doing is just more distraction. So that bucking bronco that I found myself on, the war, I was making the error real and trying to fix it because I'm a transformation artist, a fixer, a healer, a coach, a soul communicator, transformation artist. That's like a really big story to unwind. There's so much work there to do, being the fixer and the helper. I want to help people. That got triggered again today as I think about this new group that I want to start. This awakening awareness that I'm being inspired to start. I just need to get out of the way. And I so see myself getting in the way, getting in the way, getting in the way, here, here, here. It's like, can I get in the way here? Just can I nudge myself in there? How about if I just like whoop, fit right in there? It's a little space. So I've been inspired to start this new group. I want to share. I want to share. I want to share. I want to share. I have this burning desire to share this gift that I've discovered with everybody. And I want to help. And so it stirs up all my stuff. And so I'm just watching the frenzy. This like Tasmanian devil comes in, this busy bee, all this whirlwind of activity, these stories and expectations and hopes and dreams and desires and just like letting all of that go and just allowing myself to be guided. Dropping the ego, allowing Holy Spirit in. So why is it all worth it? Because once you're here, when you see the truth of it all, when I recognize that I am the peace, that's where the freedom is, the liberation. I am not all the voices in my head. I'm not the insane voice talking to itself. I'm not the ego. I'm not my thoughts. I'm not my feelings. I'm not the shit show that I'm watching. Thank fucking God. I am love. I am peace. I am the Christ. And the decision maker that gets to choose against the ego, the fucking shit show that is just such a mess. It's such a mess. This world is so insane. So insane. I was talking to a counselor today and a new person, so just bringing up a bunch of stuff from my past. And there's so many perfect storms here. So many things that are just mind-bogglingly insane. It's so upside down and backwards in my dream. It's like Alice in Wonderland. Like this is where Alice in Wonderland came from. Because everything is so upside down and backwards. And I can see that. I can see through it all. I see through it all. I have become the decision maker. I have anchored my identity. And I say that with a bit of trepidation because I'm aware of ego backlash. I'm not waiting for the other shoe to drop anymore, but I do recognize that it may happen. I certainly will get sucked back into my ego, and I'll get all caught up in the identity of it and be the thoughts and feelings. I know that will happen. It comes in waves. But once you understand the practice, and it's so simple, it's so easy, write this down. I must have chosen wrongly because I'm not at peace. I must have chosen wrongly because I'm not at peace. Is that a workbook lesson? I don't know where I got that from. It's in the course. It's a direct quote from the course. I must have chosen wrongly because I'm not at peace. And then one of the very early lessons, I need to memorize the numbers. I could see peace instead of this, because it's all a perceptual problem. And so once you get that fundamental understanding and actually start implementing this simple understanding and this simple practice, I must have chosen wrongly because I'm not at peace. And there's nothing wrong and there's nothing to fix. You just choose again. Choose to fall back, welcome the feelings, welcome the thoughts, allow them to be there, recognizing that there's no cause in the world. This is all the unconscious guilt coming up. And as we look at it with Holy Spirit, it gets washed away. That's the practice. It's that simple. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. The more you do it, the more peaceful it gets. Not because my dream has changed yet, it will, because when I change what I look at, when I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. But right now I feel the peace. I'm no longer on the bucking bronco. I can see the horse. It's not bucking. I am the peace. I choose not to identify with the shit show. I just choose not to. I get to choose. As a coach, that was one of my mantras. Like, we get to choose. As soon as I recognize that I'm not happy with something, I immediately get to choose whether I keep that or let it go in some way. Because we don't have to keep things we don't want. We don't have to keep things that don't serve us. We don't have to stay where we don't want to be for anything, for any of it. There's no reason to be unhappy. That was me going into my old stories, thinking that I can fix the script. I do that regularly. I've been watching myself do that all day. Fall back into the coach role, fall back into the healer role, fall back into I can help you role. Yeah, this it's been 18 minutes already. This awakening awareness, I want to keep talking about this because my ego doesn't want me to do it. I want to give people this experience. I want to offer people the opportunity to have this experience, to awaken the awareness. I'm going to get my notes. I'm going to practice. I'm going to do a live. I'm going to do a Facebook live to introduce this, not a Facebook live. I want to do an Instagram live. I've never done an Instagram live, and everything I do on Instagram goes to Facebook, so we'll see what happens. So this awakening awareness, I'm looking at my notes, I've already said it all. It's so simple. I must have chosen wrongly because I'm not at peace. So we start with that. If I catch myself not at peace, breathe into that, welcome it. Can I welcome this? Can I welcome this upsetness? Forgiveness is still and quietly does nothing. It merely looks and waits and judges not. So there's nothing to fix here. Nothing's gone wrong. We're just looking and waiting and judging not. We're looking and we're judging not. We're waiting for the Holy Spirit to wash it away. We're not doing anything. We invite the Holy Spirit to do this with us. We bring all of our darkness to the light. There's my other note. Holy Spirit asks of us but this. This is not a direct quote, but it is from the Course because I changed that word there. I'm recognizing now. Holy Spirit asks of us but this. Bring to him every secret you have locked away from him. Open every door to him and bid him enter the darkness and lighten it away. At your request, he enters gladly. So we're undoing the mind, we're undoing the ego, and we're not doing it alone. We're doing it with Holy Spirit. We ask for Holy Spirit to do this with us. That's it. Like there needs to just be a mic drop there. It just, to me, on the other side of it, I'm having internet issues. On the other side of this bucking bronco, I look at this and I just like, it's so profoundly simple and easy. And I'm judging myself for how difficult it was. And I know people who have been studying the course for years and they still haven't gotten this. Like it's so simple and it's so easy. The decision maker chooses the teacher. The script is already written. This has all already happened. I only see the past. So there's the right mind, the wrong mind, and the decision maker. And I get to choose. So it's really that profoundly easy. It's that simple. And it's so, the peace. I don't know if you've ever experienced inner peace before. I have. And this is beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to have that contrast between what it was like to be in chaos and what it's like to just feel the peace behind the chaos. Because the chaos isn't gone. It's just not mine anymore. That's it. It's not mine anymore. That chaos, it's not mine. So I think that's it for now. If there's anybody out there listening, thank you for showing up. I know I'm going to listen again because I find this to just be a really powerful process to watch it unfold, to watch this crazy fucking shit show get unwound. It's fascinating to me, this process, this individualized curriculum that we all get. Jesus meets us where we are, and just ever so gently. It's go at your own speed. Just keep going. Unwind, unwind, unwind. I love you.